What up, guys? We're excited to announce a brand new beginner program called Get Started, dropping November 9th at 7 p.m. And there's going to be a special introductory offer for the first 5 days where you get 30% off, so stay tuned. What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Barbell Brigade Talk Show. I'm joined here with Mike and Nadeem, and I know there's a lot of people that are watching that want to make a career out of fitness or grow their following. Both of you guys have decent followings. What are some tips you can give people out there that want to become more of a fitpreneur?
Fitpreneur.
I don't know the term. I'm
I've
a
never
boomer.
heard that one.
I don't know these things. A TikToker.
If you're a boomer, I'm a boomer.
No, dude, I'm older than you.
Bro, you're a senior in high school and I'm a freshman.
That's a huge difference.
I think the best piece of advice I could get is everything's been done before, so pick like the top guy and copy him. Be exactly like him.
Who's the top guy right now?
That's
on
why
TikTok?
C-Bum clearly followed in the footsteps of Bart and I.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to look
Do you know who I am,
Like-
C-Bum?
like this. And he's like, well, I might as well try to train like Mike and Bart. Good job, C-Bum.
I think it's fucking hard to break out. I think one, luck is a big part of it.
Dude, you just literally read my mind. I was like, you don't want to hear it, and the other fitpreneurs don't want to hear it, but luck is a huge part.
Luck is a huge part. I see so many people that have good content, but in terms of fitness, it's, I think, all about personality. There's about having fun, being funny, all these things that you can get out of it, because the weights and the training is the exact same. I've seen people blow up that have, and this is the extreme examples, have shit physiques. They're funny. They're some of the biggest people. And then there's other people that aren't crazy. Us, yeah. You guys,
You look good. No, dude, I was peeking you across the classroom today at the gym and you had your shirt off. You look kind of jacked, dude.
I mean, still kind of roundish.
Jacked in a round form.
Compared to fucking like C-Bum or like Matt Ogus, who's or like Tristan Lee,
Yeah.
who's fucking just muscles just rippling and shit.
Yeah. They're a little
Like,
different than
I don't
us.
look like that.
Yeah, they're a little different than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty close. But
Neighborhood.
I've also seen huge jack guys that have no following. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and then it's just they're boring, and you talk to them and they're boring. So I think one, if you want to learn how to just be a human and talk to people and stop worrying, but it kind of makes sense because they see everyone being popular, making money, doing this, doing that, and it kind of fucks with you. So I get why people just want to like copy what the popular people are doing.
Do you want the not fun take?
I can make it fun.
My take or your take?
Your take.
All right, yeah.
I'll make it fun, maybe, hopefully. I don't know.
So the not fun take is I agree with Nads. I think there's a lot of luck. I agree with everything Nads said. And if you want to give yourself the best chance to get anywhere, it's to accumulate a skill. It feels like, and I'm going to sound like the old boomer because we've been doing this 15 years. I've been literally a coach since I was 19. I'm 34. I opened my own gym when I was 20. I've coached at commercial gym for 6 years and every other gym in the world. Become good at something. And then you can start to share it. Whether that's bodybuilding, build a physique. And you can share your journey going there, but don't get that Dunning-Kruger stuff going where you're talking like you're C-Bum and you've never done a curl, you've worked for a year. So build a skill, whether that be storytelling, being funny, editing, being a good coach, being a strong lifter, whatever it is, and then you're gonna have a lot more success and that likelihood of getting lucky starts to go up.
What wasn't fun about that?
Just because it's like real shit, it's like doing work. Like how do you get good? Do work, get good.
But
the term I use is show up.
I think that is what some people are looking for, too.
Maybe, hopefully if they really want it, but the truth is there's no secrets and everyone thinks we're holding back secrets, but at least for me, I don't hold back secrets because luck is such a factor. And then two, I know, this video is gonna get 100,000 views and 100 people might take what we say into heart and actually do it. Because it's not easy.
I actually agree with what you guys are saying. I do think luck plays a huge deal. Like even with JK, right?
Yeah.
Like outside of fitness, me and Joe were at the right place in the right time for YouTube, where there's just not that many creators at that time. If we were to start with that content right now, who knows where we're gonna be. But at the same time, I think you also need to have the work ethic and work capacity to back that up. Because there's also a lot of people from then that haven't survived until this day.
For
Same
sure.
thing with fitness. And with what you're saying with the whole skill thing, like whether you're storytelling or funny, or you are already like Mr. Olympia, I do think like whatever skill level you have, your following is only catching up to that skill. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Almost like if you want to have 1 million followers, you better have $1 million physique, like C-Bum, and then your following will catch up, or be 1 million follower funny, and then your following will catch up. Whereas I think the way where people like talk about how you kind of build as you go, it's a little bit more difficult. It's easier to already be, like, for example, like no one was talking about, but like Andrew Tate. His personality has 1 million following personality. He's just so fucking polarizing, right? So he comes on, he posts content, and every time he's posting content, or even Alex Hormozi, everything he says is so like fucking, oh shit, that's bars. You know?
But Alex had been grinding for 15 years before he even started content. Where we started content, not mid-grind, but mid-grind.
But even so, the stuff that he says, when he has 1,000 following, the stuff he's saying is already 1 million follower like level of content. So as he's posting, it's getting up here. So if you don't have like 1 million follower like quality within you, you're gonna have to build that skill first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that you suggesting to wait to create content, or you're just saying it might be harder?
I'm saying that
you know what I mean? Like I just started lifting, or say I've been powerlifting 3 years. I'm a good powerlifter, but I'm not great. Do I stop my content, or do I share my journey and continue to get better to get there?
What I'm saying is being realistic with your expectations. So what I'm saying is like, if you're going, I'm post literally every day like everyone else or whatever, but what is your million following quality that's gonna separate you from everyone else?
Yeah, that's just you being nice. I just think, you suck.
Because I feel like
you ain't got it.
Well, I think anyone could get popular. I think we can all start from zero, and if nobody knew who we were, build a following again. I just think in terms of if people are gonna make content, learn marketing. Because if you learn marketing, you could do whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot
just
of
learning how to brand. Because I see so many kids that everyone just copies each other, right? That's fair. There's trends and all this stuff, but they'll post something, and you're just like looking at the content, it's just them flexing in mirrors and stuff, and they're like, why am I not like David Lade? And they'll post like a bunch of mirror pics like that in the gym, but it's like, one, they don't have a physique. They don't know why he's posting the way he's doing.
Talk about $1 million physique. Kid looks like fucking Superman.
He looks like Superman, right?
Looks insane.
But then on top of that, you can do so much for building the content, and like, I think always post. Like no matter what, there isn't a time where you should just take a step back, but just learn how to actually, what's engaging, why did this do good, and like break down your own content. Because I think there's like the sad truth that nobody wants to talk about is we know so many people that have made it that don't know how to get to the next stage, and they feel worse than the kids that are looking at them. They're like, because they don't know what they're gonna do the next step. They're constantly asking us like, fuck, I feel lost. I don't know how I got here. I don't know why I got big. Or they just rode trends to the top, and then now they feel fucked. And now they're almost gonna feel worse because they're gonna be a has-been soon, and they're trying to catch up to that, compared to someone that like us, where we kind of strategically built who we are, that know why people follow us and can keep doing that or move in any other direction.
Yeah, me and Drew actually talked about this on our podcast. So like zooming out a little bit, I think we're a little bit more immune to the burnout and a little more immune to the like falling off feeling, because what we wanted to do was bigger than social media. So social media is more of just like an avenue of how to do it, you know, because like TikTok is the latest, but one day it'll become a Vine where it's like antiquated or whatever, right? So because of what we were trying to do and what like the message we're trying to spread, even with Barbell Brigade, like dominate humbly, it's just right now we're using YouTube and Instagram. In 10 years, it could be something else.
It could be live shows. It could be a new app. It could be
exactly. Versus the people now, they want to do social media to be a social media-er.
Yeah.
So if they're not crushing it in the social media game, they don't have that overarching theme that they're really trying to do. So if that app dies, so does them, you know?
Bart says such good things that are what other coaches say in the corniest way. So what Bart just described is 100% true, but every other person online just says like, know your why, know your why. If you know your why, right? Like that's all they say.
Why, yeah.
But how you said it is so fucking true, because that's all I've done too. I coached basketball for like 6 years. I coached basketball camps. I ran basketball leagues, and my whole thing is just similar. Like my message has always been the same. Like how can I make someone's day better, life better, fitter, healthier, physical, and mental through Right now, or the last 10 years, the barbell has been my microphone.
Yeah.
The barbell allows me to speak to people, to hopefully entertain them, make them laugh when they're in a dark spot, guide them in their fitness and their mental health. And at one point, it was basketball. Next point, it might be I might be a clown. I might be riding a tricycle trying to teach you how to do whatever shit. And so, like, yeah, the vehicle may change.
The vehicle's gonna change,
the microphone may change, but like the message always says the why, and the why, which all these gurus tell you, know your whys, write them down, is bullshit. But how Bart explained it is fucking spot on.
I feel like kids harass me a lot in terms of like asking, like, how do I grow? And like when you kind of talk to them and you ask them like, oh, why do you want to get big, or like what's your purpose for this? They're like, it's literally, most people just want to get famous for the fact of being famous.
Yeah,
they
or
want
sponsorship.
The they want the sponsorship. They want to be in that it crowd. And then you ask them like, what are you bringing to them? Like, what can you do? And they're like, oh, dude, I'm gonna have a dope physique, so I'm gonna inspire kids. So it's like, okay, that's kind of bullshit. They're like, oh, if I get a nice car, if I make a shit ton of money and can afford that car, then it's gonna show other people that they.
What
can
if I
do
got a
the
hot
same thing.
girlfriend? Maybe that'll.
Yeah, and it's like all these things that when you really look at it, one, it sucks when we say, but it's not really gonna bring you happiness, right? And then two, it's kind of like it's obtainable, but it's not really realistic. So like, what would be one thing that you could say that someone could do right now that would actually benefit them tomorrow?
In terms of growing their following?
Yeah.
I think creating a schedule and following it for like at least 90 days.
Like a content schedule, life schedule, anything?
Any schedule, because I think like that's probably one of the biggest things to hit the ground running, because you could be like, because I know some really talented people that should be really famous, but they can't also stick to something. So if you can actually like stick to something, you could actually be C grade and make it too. Like some of the best pop musicians aren't really the best musicians. They just do it a lot. They're in everyone's faces, and they're constant. Like Kevin Hart, we were just talking about him earlier. Arguably, he may not be the best comedian.
No, but he's
probably the hardest working
that fool
comedian. He's everywhere at all times. Yeah. So he's just going to be the biggest. So I think that is like probably one of the biggest drivers in terms of success. Just setting like a 90-day schedule and just sticking to it, make it non-negotiable, and just do it every single day.
Yeah. I would say similar. A term I use a lot lately is just show up, and I do it jokingly, but I'm not joking. Like if you show up, you win. If you continue to show up, you win. Like you'll force yourself to get better if you show up. If you go to the gym, even if you hate it, you like it, I don't give a fuck about inspiration, you bash your head through a wall, you snort pre-workout, I don't care, Barbell Brigade pre-workout if you like. You just show up, eventually you're gonna get better. You're not gonna show up and not touch a barbell.
Yeah.
You just continue, you wanna create content, show up on TikTok. Just start posting shit. You want to get better at business? Go find a mentor, go find a job, go find a ebook, an online course, and just show up and do it. Similar to Bart's. Like, I think a schedule is good, but that might be a stretch for some folks, bro. It's so built into us because we kind of work for ourselves, but so many people struggle with that. So if you can do that, 100% props to you. If you continue to show up, you'll probably be fine. And then along both those lines, I think they lead to getting a skill. Find a skill, know what you're good at. Kind of like what do you bring to the table, and then continuing to build a skill over time, and don't stop. Yeah. Don't stop building that skill, because that is what's gonna. That's what you get. You need something to show off. We're doing show and tell. What did you bring? What the fuck did you bring to show me?
Yeah, I would say finding out what like makes you happy online, or like what you would want to put out, and just being authentic. Because I feel like if you can put out what you want, what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, there's an audience for literally everything. There's like little kid games that people like will find in a gas station, and there'll be 1 million views on each one of those videos. There's an audience for everything. So being okay that things take time, and most likely it will take time unless you get lucky, but adding all those things that we talked about, plus like the marketing and the scheduling, that you can maximize what you do, and you'll be happier in the long run sticking to what you actually like, and you'll be more authentic to yourself.
See you at 1 billion followers in the metaverse.